YouTube, back at it again with another one, family. This one is a juicy turkey burger episode. Stick around. Now here we have 2 Yukon Gold potatoes for our Parmesan fries. I didn't use a uniform cut because I like those little burnt bits, but you can use that uniform cut if you choose to. Now here we soak these potatoes in water for about a half of an hour just to bring out the starch. Now here we have 1 bulb of garlic that we're about to roast to make our spread for our burger. So as you can see here, we take the top off. Not much, just the tip of it. Take off some of that paper. Right, then we just put a little olive oil, not a lot, just a touch. Right, we wrap that up in our foil. And then we get it ready for the oven. Now as we retrieve this from the oven, let it cool off for a while because it will be extremely hot, people. And there you have it. So as you can see, this garlic has went from a more firmer consistency to more like a jelly or a paste. So what we do from this point on is we just squeeze it right out. Simple. Now here we begin to build our spread. So we have some mayo, some black pepper, some chipotle flakes. Those are the smokier flakes, not to be confused with the regular red pepper. We have some mustard and a little bit of lemon juice. Now what I'm doing here is using the back of my spoon to crush that garlic, like to bring it into the fold to make it all one consistency with everything else in the spread, right? You can use a fork also if you choose. I use a spoon. Now we add some honey. And then off camera, just a little bit more lemon juice to break down the viscosity of the honey. Now after the potato is soaked for about half hour to 45 minutes, we take it out, we dry it, we sit it in a sieve to get as much water off of it as we can, and then we pat it dry with a paper towel. Once you've got them as dry as you possibly can, take it, put it in a baking pan. Make sure that everything is even. Then we just give it a little drink of olive oil. Then we coat these fries, or what would be fries or will be fries very soon. Just make sure you coat it evenly, and then make sure that everything is spread out so nothing is on top of each other. Now here we have our ground turkey that we begin to season. A lot of people don't eat red meat and they hate turkey burgers because they're so dry. Now today what we're doing is showing you guys the best way to impart that flavor and that fat into this turkey, man. You're gonna love it. So the question you ask is, how do we do that? Butter. Butter make it better, man. This butter we're using is to impart some flavor and moisture to this meat because
moisture is the essence of wetness.
You heard the man. So you know, we just take this butter, we shave it, grate it. If you don't have a cheese grater, please go buy one. And, you know, we just get as much of this in here as we possibly need to create those fat pockets. And then we work it in, man. Now, what you don't want to do with this meat is overwork it. Pause. What you want to do is make sure that there's still enough space in between those strands of meat, right? Because it would defeat the purpose of putting the butter in here to flavor it to begin with, right? So take your time with it. Don't mush it too much. Don't, you know what I mean? If you don't go too hard, because you're not gonna have a good time. You just want to work it in, create those flavor pockets. Now I like to go in with the ground meat and then just score it with my knife just so I can have a rough estimate on where I'm gonna start my patties from, right? So as you can see, just pick off from that one part that we scored off, and now we starting to make our patties, man. Like I said, please don't overwork these, man. We need those little pockets of fat that we have with the butter. Now the heat from your hand is gonna melt this butter anyway, so you kind of want to work a little bit faster, right? But regardless of what, we put these in the fridge for another half hour or so. Now once our burgers have rested in the fridge for about half an hour or so and set up and become firm, we just put a little oil on the griddle. If you don't have a griddle, that's fine. You can use a cast iron pot. If you don't have one of those either, any pot is fine as long as you regulate that heat, right? And what we want to do is keep a good high heat on these to give them a good sear on both sides. Now we begin to build our burger. We start off with some toasted brioche buns. You add our spread, your lettuce, your tomato, and everything else. Now after an hour, we have our fries that we're gonna toss in some Parmesan, some Asiago, salt, pepper flakes, and you know, that's what it is. And here we have it, folks. It's the end result. Juiciest turkey burger you ever had in your life.